Far out, groovy.
Hey.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, boys. Welcome in Wine Boys Podcast. Here and queer and ready for
Fun. Yeah.
Bubble baths.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Before we take care of our own little information on social media, you should go cop over at teespring.com/stores/the Wine Boys. Brand new shirts in the store. Long sleeve season. It's chilly boy here in the Northeast. So get yourself something to cover those arms.
Snowy boys.
Got the 3 out of 4 Corks hoodie. My favorite.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other fun things. We'll tell you how to invest your money properly in a little bit. But before we do that, please go ahead and get yourself a t-shirt. Invest in your future by getting yourself a Wine Boys t-shirt. I'm at the Zach Edward on Instagram and Twitter. That's the Zach Edward. You can find us on social media at Wine Boys Pod and wineboyspod@gmail.com for all of your inquiries and wine suggestions, and also for collaborations. And we thank our friends again for another lovely wine this evening.
Yes, our friends at Hazlitt. This is part 2 of the review.
It's Hazlitt.
Hazlitt.
I'm pretty sure they love that.
Oh, yeah. Boys, you can find me at Lord Gerald on the Instagrams and the Twitters. You can find me on the South Side finding rogue underwears on the sidewalk.
That was really funny. I saw that on your Instagram story today. You're just walking down the street and there's just a pair of dirty drawers like in the middle of the sidewalk, and I'm like, yes. I saw a dead rat like outside. So it looked like he was trying to escape like outside of the manhole cover, and he got his tail caught, and he just died.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. They just get caught and they just die.
And it's life, man. He's just like, I can't fucking get out, man.
It's not life anymore.
Yeah, I know.
You know, when you die, you lose a very important part of your life.
Yeah, I just think about that like stock trading. Just like I want to go down the hole, and then I get caught, and then I die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's drink the wine, and then we'll start talking about stonks. Hi, I'm Gerald.
And I'm Zach.
And we are the Wine Boys.
Do you ever think about how big NFL players' dicks are when they're running?
Sometimes I do,
Do you think the insides of their thighs get bruised?
Maybe. If you got a hammer, yeah. You can damage some blood vessels. You probably got very calloused inner thighs.
Think about Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. He's about 5'9", not a big guy, but he can run as fast as a cheetah.
I think in those cases, the dick kind of works like a cheetah's tail. Keeps him stabilized.
Yeah.
While he's running down the field.
Like a sailboat.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes with the breeze, goes with the wind, and the tail just kind of is aerodynamic.
Yeah, I think
even if it's above average for his size, like 7 inches on a 5'9" cheetah.
Yeah,
like
it's big.
That is. Hey,
he's got big old schmeckle on him.
He's got a ham hock on him.
Yeah, boys, tonight.
I don't know why I thought about that right away.
Part 2 of the redemption arc.
Oh, Rocky 3.
Part 2.
Well,
this is part 3, I guess. No, part 2 of the redemption, but part
Rocky
3
was
Vineyard.
Was Mr. T, right?
I believe so, yes.
Hold on,
or was that Ivan Drago?
No, I thought that was Rocky 4.
I can't remember. It might have been Rocky 3 was Mr. T.
I think Rocky 3 was... Hold, please. Rocky 3. All right.
Yep.
Rocky. Okay,
Bring it up.
Mr. T.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
It's right
Speaking
here.
of, I gotta take a picture of this bitch.
Yeah, Rocky 3. Yeah, here you go.
Oh shit, it was Mr. T.
Yeah, Clubber Lang, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Old Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang.
Oh, I forgot Hulk Hogan was in that. He was Thunderlips. Yeah. God. Now so 82, so that's had to have been right around WrestleMania. Let's see, WrestleMania
All right.
1.
However, tonight in our Rocky 3 of the trilogy, we have Hazlitt. This is another wine provided by Hazlitt Vineyards. Thank you again very much for sending this. We have their Schooner Red. So this is a international red blend by Hazlitt. The back of the bottle reads Hazlitt 1852.
Can I stop you?
Vineyards, yeah. Oh shit. Professionalism. Hazlitt 1852 Vineyards. Schooner Red is an international red blend. 70% Argentinian grapes, 30% American.
So Argentinian, kind of like I'm guessing I'm going to get some type of Malbec type of quality.
Probably,
yeah.
I would think, yeah. And then the wine is a tribute to our love of red wine, the spirit of exploration, and old ships. The schooner depicted on the bottle, the when and if was originally built. Oh, that's the name of the ship, the when and if. Was originally built for General George S. Patton in 1939.
So the guy that created the patent?
Exactly. Anyway, General Patton in 1939 has been lovingly restored by Doug Hazlitt to its original glory. Really? We have searched out some of the best wines from the farthest points of the compass to create a blend that honors those who, like Doug, also quest to find adventure at every track. Find your own piece of open water, look to the farthest horizon, and enjoy a glass of Schooner Red. Okay.
Schooner.
Adventure. I like it.
Booty.
I like it. All right. Let's pause for a second. We can pull up the tasting notes, and I'm going to take a picture of this.
Okay.
All right? All right, boys. We're back.
Yeah.
Do you like the NPR voice? Okay. So the wine. We're back. So for the vintage boys out there, this is actually a non-vintage. It was bottled October 13th, 2020. So they got 411 cases of this. So
someone's got to drink it.
Exactly. But let's see. Let's open this bad boy up. Honestly though, I'm thinking this is going to be pretty good.
Well, it's a tri blend. So you have if it's saying it's predominantly Argentinian, so it's Malbec forward. It's going to have some Cab Franc, and it's going to have a little Malbec in it. So
okay,
Malbec is just kind of there to.
Well, it's Malbec, Cab Franc, and what else?
And Merlot.
Merlot.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, we know that Cab Franc is very, very common in the Finger Lakes.
Yep.
So
there's a lot of Cab Franc. I'm surprised. I didn't realize how much there actually was.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good grape for the region. Rieslings and Cab Francs you get a lot in New York.
yes.
And then the further and further west you go, the more the more bright, dry, white grapes you get.
Yeah.
And then if you want good reds, you got to get out of the United States of America and
Pretty much.
yeah.
France.
You gotta go to France.
Although Argentina, though, that Malbec is strong.
I love me a good Malbec.
Yeah.
It's nice and dry and tannicky,
I
and
don't even know why I brought this down here.
and I was about to say, I
I
realized
haven't used this one in a while.
I was gonna say,
another
you got
one.
the. It's not a Houdini, is it?
I don't know what it is. It's the one with the two arms that go up and
Yeah,
come down.
the butterfly.
Yeah, the butterfly. Whatever it is. I just think it's just an excited young boy.
It's trying to fly away from the coop.
Yep.
All right. Oh, here. Oh, yes.
Gives you a little pop daddy. I'm always afraid, though, that I'm like throw the bottle when I'm doing it
Just
that way.
spill it all over the place.
Spill it. Oh, fuck. All right.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Smells winey. Give it a smell. Give it a smell. Smell the cork. Okay.
Nice floral.
Yeah, very.
Okay.
Very floral.
Okay. All right.
And let's pour it. Now, boys, we always do this with red wine, and I'd recommend this to any boy who is trying to get into drinking wine, specifically reds. Buy an aerator. You can find a decent one for like $10. You pop it in.
You
pop it in your bottle, and basically pour the wine through the aerator. It gives air to the wine. It really brightens up those flavors. You really notice the difference.
Yeah.
But we always take that first sip without it, and then we aerate, drink it with.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
There we go. A little bit. Ooh. A little bit. When in doubt, label out. I gave you a little much. It means I gotta give myself a little more. Tease. Okay. Boys.
Yeah.
Let's take a sip. Give our initial thoughts,
Feelings.
concerns, comments.
It's bright. I get the Merlot right off the bat.
Okay. I'm getting chocolate.
Plum.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a cherry too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a black cherry.
Let's take our noses out.
Look how
put our lips
look how
in
breathy
it.
this glass is.
It is, yeah.
I'm living in this thing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
It
got
is.
a nice purple, dark richness to it.
Yep. Which streaks down the glass.
Yeah, it's very,
I like it. Cheers. All right, let's drink this thing.
It's not bad.
You know what? You know what?
You know what?
You know what?
Oh god,
Shit.
this ain't bad.
Not at all.
Wow.
Whew.
Okay.
All right, baby.
I'm not just saying this because you sent me some. I'm just saying this because it's good. Yeah.
Listen, we try to give you vineyards a fair shake.
Everybody gets the shot.
We give credit where credit is due. Schooner Red.
It's pretty good.
I would buy this.
I might actually buy that.
I would buy this, yeah.
You know what? No, I wouldn't. Just kidding.
Yeah. All right. So this has gotten the Wine Boys stamp of approval. That 3 corks out of 4.
3 out of 4 corks.
3 out of 4 corks. Because the only thing that's gotten 4 is aged in French.
Yeah.
So
We drank
But
that.
listen.
Do you remember? Was it that aged that night? We had that charcuterie board. It was that. It was that.
I think I got a Bordeaux.
No, we had a. It was a white wine, but it was a French white wine. It was so goddamn good.
Yeah, it was like drinking butter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I was like, and it went well because we had like a nice cheese board, nice salty cheese, the brie, and a sharp cheddar, and I was like, oh my god.
Definitely soiled some britches that night.
Oh yeah, yeah,
This is good though. I like this a lot.
yeah. This is pretty good. Pretty good.
This is good.
All right, Scoon Dog, nice job.
Let's go. We can aerate this too.
I can only have one glass. I got a little tummy trouble, so I don't want to. hurt myself too much.
We'll just get a little splash
This
of the aerated.
actually might help me pass my stones. I don't have stones.
Just shoot a little, or do you want to spit that? Do you want to dump that?
Spit it. I'm not a spitter. I swallow.
Spitters are quitters. Anyway, we'll aerate a little bit.
Ooh, it's dry.
It's very dry, bone dry.
Boner dry.
This would go great with like a steak.
This is a steak
So
wine for sure.
this is definitely
All
a
right.
good,
Let's get into these notes. This is
nice medium
Schooner
rare.
Red. It's an international red blend, but it is from the Finger Lakes of New York State. Average price of this wine is between $12.99 and $15.99. We paid free $99.
Well, it's a review.
It's a review. We paid. We didn't pay for it, so that's always good.
Yeah.
And for all of you wine enthusiasts out there that want us to basically give you more business, wineboyspod@gmail.com.
That opens up nice. I didn't mean to give you that much.
No,
but it opens up nice.
what? Come on, it's fine. Whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
That opens up nice.
Okay, so your taste characteristics with this guy, you're going to get tastes of dark fruit, plum. It says blueberry. I didn't pick up much blueberry. Baking spices.
Okay.
I see that. Chocolate. And then smoky, earthy notes. And it says you also pick up some truffle. I don't pick up any truffle.
Okay.
It's kind of like that umami, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But I get those plum dark fruit notes, like a black cherry.
I'm getting a strong,
Yep.
dry, rich dark chocolate.
Yep.
I'm getting
Your food pairings with this would be a nice, mild, soft cheese and charcuterie, beef, game meats like venison,
I could see that, yeah.
pork, spicy foods, mature hard cheeses,
Okay.
and dark poultry.
Okay. Like duck.
Duck,
Yeah.
chicken thighs, something that's braised down.
Yeah.
This actually might be a good braising wine too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is good,
Yep.
actually.
Soft blend of Cab Franc with Melback. It says there's part Sauvignon Blanc. I'm sorry, Sauvignon Blanc. Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, which gives the tones of blueberry and black cherry. There it is.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Daddy's palate is on fleek.
Ooh.
But otherwise, we're this is you know what? It's pretty good, man.
This is good.
I
yeah.
just listen. I don't mean to be that guy, but I've always known Hazlitt as that shitty wine my aunt drinks.
Yeah.
And that's not their fault. It's not their fault. They created this wine juice that I always saw older women drinking, and I just got turned off by it. It's a brand recognition. You know, My family taught me a couple of things. They're brand loyal to wine and cigarettes, and that's what you got to figure out early.
And they're brand loyal.
They're brand loyal.
What is their brand of cigarette choice?
My mother's side they were menthols, so usually Newports or Virginia Slims.
Okay.
My dad's sides were heavy Marlboro smokers.
So Cowboy killers.
Reds. And
the women smoke the whites.
Yeah, I love my uncle was the best of this. My uncle used to smoke
Marlboro Lights.
No, he used to smoke filtered Marlboro Reds.
Okay.
And then I remember one time I saw the gold packet of the Marlboro Lights, and I went over to him and I was just like, "What are these?" He goes, "I'm trying to quit." That's always, but that's like the step. It's like you start with Coca-Cola, you go to Diet Coke, and you're just like, I'm trying to lay off soda. And it's just like, but you're still drinking soda. Like, I guess I don't understand the.
He's trying.
Yeah. Any person that goes from full flavored cigarettes to light cigarettes is going to say, I'm trying to quit.
Yeah. God's working on all of us.
Yeah. God's working on all of us. He's just working a little slower on me.
Yeah,
all right.
That's all.
Right?
Listen, I cut back. Okay. I
was smoking a pack. I was smoking a pack a day. Smoking half a pack of light cigarettes. Light cigarettes. Big name difference.
It's a big difference.
Big jump for me. All right. These taste. These taste like a warm dog's ass. The other ones tasted like actual cigarettes.
Speaking of cutting back on vices, did you know that Donald? We'll jump more into politics a little later, but Donald Trump actually had a Diet Coke button in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
that is fucking hilarious.
That's a big flex. Yeah.
Just to have a button, you press the button and some White House butler comes in with a Diet Coke.
Think of the things that you could have put under there. Like, usually you think missile for president. Yeah. If you think Matt Lauer, you think rape door. Like, there's all these different things, you know?
Diet Coke. You know? That's all I want.
What do you think Bill Cosby had? Like a pill popper door? Just like, there you go.
Got a pill button.
Just boop. And it's just a guy walks in and it's just like, it's a enclosed silver platter, but just open it up and it's just a plethora
it's one Quaalude in the middle of a platter. It's like, they don't even make these anymore.
It's a silver platter that would fit a whole turkey, and you lift it up and it's one Quaalude.
Yeah. Just enough. He just crunches it up.
He opens it up and he's just like, oh. He fucking gets creamed in his britches. He gets all excited.
Got the ludes for Miss Attitude.
Yeah. She's taking a bath. We're going to put this in a drink. All
right. There's the Bill Cosby impression.
Yeah. Shouts out, Bill.
How's that aerated?
It's good.
It's really good. It cleans up nice.
It does. Makes me want to talk about finances.
Ooh, stonks.
Yeah. All right, boys.
So there's some weird shit happening on the market.
We need to Jim Cramer this really hard.
So I'm no expert, but I have been trading stonks for like the last few months, right?
No, you are an expert.
I'm not an expert.
In today's social media society, listen, if you've been doing something for 3 months or longer, you're an expert.
Okay, well, I started in May, so...
I've been doing Twitter for 6 years. I'm a Twitter expert now.
Exactly. You're a millennial, too, so you're an expert. You know social media. You know the trends. Anyway.
Like, subscribe on here. Just smash that subscribe button, man. Fucking check out these stonks.
So, what's going on in the world right now is GameStop... the stock has basically exploded.
Now, for the uninitiated boys, GameStop is a place where they sell hard copies
of video games. Things people don't buy anymore because they download them now.
Like if you have a PlayStation 5 right now, what are you doing? You're going to the PlayStation store and you're buying your game sitting on the couch.
You're not buying the hard copy.
GameStop is essentially what a video store used to be, which is just hard copies of things you can buy online.
Right.
It's the most obsolete business.
Absolutely.
In 2021.
Absolutely.
I used to love GameStop.
Yeah.
Actually, back in the day, it used to be called Electronics Boutique.
EB.
Yes, old EB.
Games,
yes, EB Games, the Electronics Boutique. Yep. In like the late 90s, early 2000s, that if you wanted to buy a stock, you would have bought EB. They were killing it. They were one of the top retailers of all hard copy video games.
Yes.
Now just flash forward 20 years or so.
Okay. So,
and now this is happening.
Yes. So, little background. So, what's happened through the pandemic? We'll call it the pandy for short. Other people have.
I call it the edict.
Okay. Yeah. What's happened is you've had certain applications that have gotten more popular during the pandy.
Mm-hmm.
Apps like Robinhood, for example, and Webull. So on these apps, it makes it super, super easy to buy and sell stocks and options, ETFs, and cryptos. This is not a sponsorship, but we're just talking about it, okay? And basically, any person with a checking account can open up one of these apps and just buy and sell stocks.
Yeah.
So why the fuck not?
This is what you should do. Get up in the morning,
why not?
Slick back your hair, tie that Windsor knot tight, and you go and you fucking...
That's a double Windsor, buddy.
You smile and you dial.
But so that's all you do is these guys have been buying stocks. So what's happened though is you've had on the internet, specifically on Reddit, you've had these communities be born. Mm-hmm. Wall Street Bets is the one that's been taken down recently, but there's others.
That's illegal.
There's the Robinhood. There's a Robinhood subreddit. I'm snitching right now. There's the Robinhood subreddit.
You better check yourself.
There's a Robinhood penny stock subreddit. There's a few of them.
Everybody knows them.
Okay.
But now
they're out there.
But if you don't know them, now you know.
But on these subreddits,
you're insider trading right now.
Okay. Wall Street Bets had over 2 million people on on that subreddit alone.
Yeah, yeah.
So imagine everybody, 2 million people. Let's say every single one of them has, we'll say about $1,000 in a Robinhood account. Average, right? Some people got more, some people got less. But we'll say the average is about $1,000 in a Robinhood account. That's $2 billion.
Just dancing around.
Just dancing around in stocks. Now, obviously, $2 billion, is it enough to, like, control the entire stock market?
No.
Not at all.
No.
But can you make some noise with a few choice stocks?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can William Wallace the shit of Wall Street if you really wanted to.
If you wanted to start $2 billion.
You want to start a revolution? I'm here for it.
So these are kind of the degenerate Gen Z and millennials.
Yeah.
That are basically saying fuck you to the boomers.
Are these hard red pill guys? Or are these just like...
No, they're just regular internet folk.
They're just cool dudes.
Young internet folk that are basically saying fuck you to the boomers. Like...
Fuck you, boomer.
Yeah, you guys have made and some of the older Gen Xers as well. You guys have made a fuckload of money off of not really making anything, not really contributing anything to society. All you're really doing is just moving money around. So why don't we jump in on our own accord? We're going to work together and we're going to cause some trouble. Yeah. Maybe do a little digital project mayhem. If you will.
It kind of is, yeah.
And that's pretty much what it's become. So the reason why GameStop got so hot was because obviously the company's gonna fail. The short sellers,
the inevitability of GameStop going bankrupt is like...
It's coming.
It's like tomorrow.
It's coming. Like nobody's going to GameStop anymore and buying video games. Yes, video games are doing better because of the pandemic. People are staying home.
It's inevitable.
Right. But the market is just, people download them now. They don't go and buy them. There's no reason to get off the couch and go buy.
It's crazy to think that I walked into a GameStop like a couple of weeks ago and there were people inside there.
Really?
And I go, who the fuck is doing this to themselves? Go home. Mm-hmm. It's a pandy.
Download
what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I just went in there to just to look. Mm-hmm. I was killing time. I was like, you know what? Target's busy. I'm gonna go to GameStop. I'm gonna look around. I just see a bunch of old games. They had an old like PlayStation version of what was it, like Crash Bandicoot? Remember that back in the day? It was like $12.
Yeah.
I felt like there should be more.
Yeah, I mean GameStop is good for like the nostalgic shit.
Yeah.
That's going to be like way too expensive on eBay.
I used to love like those nostalgic video game shops, kind of those like nuanced ones.
Yeah.
They're just dying because everyone's just like, I can just go online and I go to eBay and just buy this shit.
And find this, or I can just make an emulator.
Yeah,
like,
for
whatever.
real. But anyway, emulators are nuts.
Yeah.
They're killing the market.
Yeah,
like they're destroying it, especially for classic games.
They've been around for a while though. But anyway.
I know, but like in particular now, they're like, how many games do you want? Like 1,000? Here you go.
You want all of them?
Yeah.
We can give you all of them.
Do you want to play Pac-Man all the way through like Miss Doubles? Go ahead.
All of it.
We have it all.
We got them all. But anyway.
From Space Invaders to Miss Pac-Man. We got you.
Yeah. But anyway, what happened, though, was basically Wall Street Bets kind of said, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to say fuck you to the short sellers. And
Can you tell me what a short seller is?
Okay, so the short sellers are the guys that basically they have margin accounts, which according to SEC regulations,
speak to me like I'm 6.
Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay, all right.
Okay,
according to the government,
I just learned how to talk.
Okay,
teach me stocks.
So a margin account with stocks is basically the ability to buy money. Borrow money.
Borrow money, okay.
To actually buy stocks.
So it's like a bank.
Somewhat, yeah.
But it's almost like a secured account.
Yes.
So you buy it, you have to return it.
Right. So through your brokerage firm, they can give you a margin account. Your brokerage firm is the platform you're using to buy your stocks.
Okay.
So that's E-Trade, Scottrade, that's Robinhood, whoever. That's who you're using to buy your stocks, right? Legally, they can give you what's called a margin account if you have at least $2,000 in the account.
Okay. And that's just like a dividend thing?
No. A margin account is basically it's a line of credit to buy more stocks.
Okay.
So let's say I have $2,000 in my account, and then they give me a margin of another $2,000.
So it's like so they're equaling the amount of money in credit.
Right.
Okay.
So that means that I have $4,000 worth of buying power. Okay? Now, in order to be a short seller, you need a lot of money to do this, okay?
Like millions of dollars?
Hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, depending on the size of the company. But yeah, you need a lot of money. You
need a lot of money to be one of these guys.
So the way these short sellers work is they use their borrowed money to get stocks. And the way it works is you have to promise to actually buy the stocks at a later date. So what they do is they take that borrowed money, they get a bunch of stocks with the promise, basically hoping that the stocks are going to fall in value. So what they do is they get the stocks, sell them, and I mean, it's easier to do it if you're a whale, meaning you're a really, really big volume trader. Because let's say you have, say you have 400,000 shares of Apple, for example, right? And you decide to short it. I think Apple's bigger than that, but whatever. You have a fuckload of Apple. You decide to short it. If you're big enough, it'll actually cause a change in the stock price. People will start seeing that the price of the stock dropped, and then they'll sell. So Apple's a pretty big stock and they're pretty stable, so it's probably a bad example, but still, you get my point. People will start selling. The idea is that if enough people sell, the stock price is going to plummet. You jump in at that lower price, and then it goes up a little bit, and then you sell, and you make a lot of money.
Okay.
So that's the idea of shorting. So
I think I got it.
Because there's a principle in stocks, it's the dead cat bounce.
What?
So the dead cat bounce.
Why is it called a dead cat?
Because even when a cat is dead and it falls like out of a tree or whatever, it still bounces a little bit before it stays on the ground. Okay.
It's my favorite analogy.
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
You ever heard of that before?
I've never heard that analogy.
The dead cat bounce.
The dead cat bounce.
Jeez. So we actually saw this to a lesser extent.
Stock trading's so primal. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's fucking bros.
Makes me want to drink red wine and eat steak. Yeah,
they're all bros doing this. Okay.
That's why I can't believe you've never seen Boiler Room.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You need to watch that movie because what you just described is that movie for an hour and a half.
Okay.
Vin Diesel's in it. That's all you need to know.
All right, I'm in.
That's it.
I'm in.
Giovanni Ribisi.
I'm in.
Yeah, you probably don't know who that is, but guess what? He's in the movie.
I've seen him in
Ben
something.
Affleck's in that movie.
Okay, I'm in.
Ben Affleck's in 2 scenes in that movie, and they're the greatest 2 scenes maybe in the history of movies.
Okay, he was also Batman.
Batman. Robin.
Okay. Yeah, we fucked up a little bit there. Okay.
What happened?
I don't fucking know. We just stopped. I don't know what happened, but we're back.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe the market caught a hold of us.
I don't know. The SEC is coming after us.
So, you have to go on YouTube right now and look that up.
Let's see.
I can't believe, boys, if you've seen...
Let me pause this and then we'll look at it.
Okay.
Shit. All right, so...
I
watched it.
Doesn't it make you just want to,
Dick's hard.
Doesn't it just make you want to just sell everything?
Yeah. Let's just sell.
Yeah.
Sell.
Just
cram those fucking stocks down their throats.
Yeah, just...
They breathe. Yeah.
Here's my friend Steve Madden.
So, but the idea behind a lot of these young people that are on these platforms that are just buying and selling stocks every day is that they are intentionally saying, you know what, fuck it. If these people that are supposed to be so smart are making all of this money buying and selling stocks, why can't we?
Yeah. Well, the way that I think about it is, how obsolete does it feel to be a stockbroker on Wall Street, knowing that, Steve on his couch, working from home, doing a 9-to-5 job, is trading at like the same rate that you are. Like,
it's not completely obsolete yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like we're on the precipice of making
it's starting
Wall Street day trading a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Where like the Wall Street day trader is just going to be like, I'll just open up a Robinhood account.
Yeah.
Or I'll just be a master trader. Like, it's just...
It's starting.
It's like everything. It's you either blend in with the times to overall take them over, or you become obsolete.
But
Blockbuster's gone.
But the reality is that this exposes
when is
trading.
Chipotle going to eat up Moe's? Because they look at Moe's and they're like, do you guys want diarrhea or do you want classy diarrhea?
But yeah, the reality is that, and like a lot of the things the Pandy has done is that it's exposed a lot of bullshit.
Because everybody's looking at everything.
That stimulus check.
Finances.
Yeah.
How am I going to make my mortgage payments? I'm furloughed. I got to figure out something else to do for income.
Right. But then you also have other people that live within their means.
They live well. Yeah.
They kept their job during the pandemic, but they're still getting a stimulus check. So they say, fuck it, I got a little extra money. Why don't I do something with it?
I think even with, I'm not big, as you can tell, I'm pretty novice when it comes to these stocks, but I'm learning. That's my big 2021 goal, is to be more financially considerate of myself.
Okay.
To kind of understand where I can look at my portfolio and just be like, I get where this money's going.
Okay.
And it makes sense to me. Because every time I pull up my 401k, I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Just graphs and charts.
But what makes it funny to me is specifically my Robinhood account, it's not even real money.
Yeah, we're playing. It's monopoly money.
This isn't real money.
Yeah.
So
we're living in a simulator.
Okay, so the way I funded my Robinhood account was probably about 3 years ago. I opened up an Acorns account for the uninitiated boys, and once again, this is not a sponsorship. Acorns is an app where you sync up your bank account to it, and what it does is every time you spend money on anything, it'll take that change that you spent and it'll round up the change to the next dollar. So let's say you buy something that costs, I don't know, $8.20. It'll round up the 20 cents to
80.
It'll take that 80 cents, it rounded up to $9, and it'll take that money, and then once you get $5 worth of those roundups, it invests it for you into a portfolio. But it's an automatic investment.
Yeah. You're not really playing anything. You're essentially just watching the graph kind of grow a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's very stable. It
makes you feel good. When you open it up, you're just like, I got a little money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then Pandy hits, and Daddy says, okay, the world is weird right now. A lot of these stocks are down. I remember what initially drew me into it was I saw Boeing was down so much.
Oh, because of the numerous plane crashes. Right?
No, it was because nobody was flying. Well, because the lockdown hit.
Wasn't there something wrong with Boeing aircrafts? Like there was an error when it comes to their something was off. Like they had a historic crash rate. I don't know if it was
something like that.
Something along those lines.
You know how many federal contracts Boeing has? They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say they are
their stock price pretty much went down super low. And they were normally trading over $300 a share. I think they were down around $100, something like that a share. Something crazy. I can look right now. Boeing. Here we go. Boeing. Okay. Oh, shit. They're down again. Anyway.
Scoop it.
Okay.
Scoop it.
I saw Boeing was around $97 a share.
Okay.
And I can actually go to my history. Okay. June 2nd. I picked up some Boeing at $155 a share, right? Managed to sell it at $322 a share.
Okay.
So, a couple months later. Anyway, but that was my initial taste because I knew Boeing is a huge company. They make fucking aircrafts. They have so many federal contracts. They're not going anywhere. They're not disappearing. So you make that money and a little more money.
Gotcha.
That's the fun shit.
All right,
right?
Let's get to the GameStop thing.
Okay.
All right, let's circle back. Now that you've explained to me, like,
Okay.
you know, inside
initially,
baseball.
I took that money out of Acorns, put it in Robinhood. It was never real money to me.
Yeah, it's monopoly money.
So GameStop, which I actually kind of missed the boat on GameStop. But what happened, though, was basically, as a fuck you to all the short sellers, a bunch of dudes on Reddit started pumping GameStop in particular. Reddit and Twitter started pumping GameStop in particular.
Yeah, I saw it pop up on my feed like 100 times a day. I'm like, what the fuck's up with GameStop?
Yeah.
Like,
so, and the idea was, because GameStop is basically like things are not going to be pretty for GameStop for the next few months.
no.
And we talked about this before. Nobody buys hard copies of video games anymore. They download them now.
Yeah.
So what happens when a company starts to fall like that is the short sellers come in. These are the people that make money when the stock price falls. So these people on the internet, and they're normal guys like you and I, decided, fuck that. We're not going to play these short seller games anymore. We're going to fuck with them on purpose. This is high level trolling here. Financial trolling. So you guys are going to buy a bunch of GameStop, load up on it. The price is going to go up. And what we're going to do is we're all going to buy GameStop. All of us.
And we're going to force the issue.
And we're going to keep buying it. So the price, even though you're expecting the price to go down, it's going to keep going up. So anyway, if we look at GameStop's share price, right? So GameStop... I've pulled up Robinhood so many times.
So you might as well keep it open.
I might as well, man.
They might as well be a sponsor of this podcast at this point.
So GameStop, over the last week, all right, actually, we'll say over the last month, okay?
It's probably a good snapshot.
3 months, we'll say. It was at about, and now it'd been steadily falling for the last few years. I mean... I think its high in the last 5 years was about $26 a share, $27 a share, somewhere in there, $32 a share.
Okay.
Steadily falling. 2018, 2019, it got down to $12 a share. Kept falling. It hovered between, okay, here we're at 10, 8, 7, 6. Okay. July 2019, we got into 4s, 3s. All right, 2020, it hovered around $3, $4 a share. And then probably about a month ago, early January, December, it started bumping. In December, it got up to $15 a share. And people just kept buying it. Even though the attempt was to short it, but people just kept buying it. Until the last week, when it was at around $30 a share, it just started pumping. And people just kept fucking buying it. So, you know, by the 25th, what was that, Monday? Okay, it was at $132 a share. Then it fell.
GameStop.
Then it fell because people panic sold it. All right. Drops back down to $69 a share. Then bumps a little, falls a little, bumps a little, but stayed around that mark. And then January 26th, yesterday, open a market, it's at $89 a share. Drops a little, but keeps going up. End of day yesterday, it just pops. So it goes from literally in like a 10-minute period between 3:50 on January 25th, 3:50 p.m. And the next morning, 9:30 a.m., it's at $289 a share. It just flew
overnight,
up. And that was today. It just popped up. All right. And then the market opens. And then by...
It was the number one trend on Twitter.
Yes. By 10:50 a.m., it's at $371 a share. So... And really, this was all just the internet basically saying, fuck it, I'm just going to jump in.
Yeah.
After initially these people on the internet basically said, hey, we're just going to fuck with the short sellers.
Yeah.
Because honestly, these guys on Wall Street, all they do is they just move money around.
This is your QAnon. Really is.
You think so?
Heavy, deep conspiracy theory on the stock market.
Well, it's not a conspiracy theory.
It's not. It's not a conspiracy theorist, but it's real. It's funny money though. Like it's not.
It is.
Ain't real.
Like, this ain't real.
Yeah.
Well, it's not real until you cash it out, but I never cashed it out.
Let's be honest.
This is never money I had in the first place.
Who runs the stock market? It's the aliens. It's got to be.
Well, companies do.
So?
But, you know.
The aliens they're here.
But also,
they have a pulse on the New York Stock Exchange.
But also to your average person that doesn't understand the stock market, doesn't pay attention to the stock market, it's all just smart guys in suits doing it.
Yeah. Not even smart guys, but just guys that learned how to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And to be totally honest, it's not super complicated.
It doesn't really seem that way. It seems like anybody can do it. It's just dependent on like if you want to do it.
And you can take on as much risk as you want to. If you want to be secure, you could open up an account at any fucking brokerage firm today with as little money as you want, and you could buy the most bland, boring fucking mutual fund or index fund that you want. Like, if you want to get into an index fund, for example, Vanguard's a great one. Basically, the way index funds work is you are pretty much buying into the, any of the exchanges. So, the NASDAQ, or you can get into like the S&P 500, whatever. And basically, the fund grows with the stock market. Well, as we all know, stocks always go up. Now, this isn't a short-term bet because, individual stocks go up and down every day, but the market overall continues to grow. It's just how it is. So, if you wanted to get into something secure, sure, go ahead. Get in a Vanguard or find a mutual fund, and you'll be fine.
That's essentially what your 401k is deprived of, right? It's just mutual funds and...
It's it's money that you put in. Your employer matches it. And then some of that money's in bonds, some of it's in stocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stocks and bonds.
Yep.
What a life lesson you've taught me today. I've learned so much.
Yeah.
All of it was to basically describe to me the fact that GameStop is now invincible and it's going bankrupt.
Yeah, it's going to go bankrupt. It is a bubble. It's going to pop at some point.
Yeah.
But now that you have all of these people, and by the way, if you've posted anything on that subreddit, Wall Street Bets, I'd be pretty nervous. Like anything that's gained a lot of traction.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty
like
nervous.
The SEC's going to be like knocking on your door.
Because they're going to come at you for basically like organizing.
Insider trading.
Yes.
Like,
Even
hey,
though...
Hey, Gigglepuss 2020.
Even though technically you didn't really have any inside information, I guess, because it's not like you were in the company or knew somebody high up in the company.
Yeah, you're just...
But because you organized a scheme to manipulate the stock market,
you created your own Ponzi scheme. Congratulations.
Not necessarily a Ponzi scheme, but just you orchestrated a pump and dump, which pump and dumps are pretty legal.
I would say they are.
Uninitiated boys for a pump and dump.
Thank God I actually know that term.
Okay, so the way a pump and dump works is essentially...
And it ain't just that lady.
You need a lot of people and a lot of money to do this. Typically, one person doesn't have enough money to do this. But you take an individual stock, you and all of your friends buy a fuckload of it, and it inflates the price of the stock. Okay, there's nothing that this company did. You just buy this stock, you buy a fuckload of it.
Okay,
all right, and then once it gets to a certain point, all of you sell off your shares. And then the stock price plummets. So that's how a pump and dump works.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's organized, not crime.
Well, it is illegal, so it is organized crime. But yeah, white collar though. They're friendly toward it.
Yeah, they're friendly.
Yeah. But yes, that is how a pump and dump
They'll
works.
put you in a protective custody. They might turn the cameras off. We don't know. We're not sure yet.
So yeah. Listen though, boys. Find some Reddit forums, some subreddits about stocks. They're highly entertaining. Take their tips with a grain of salt. Every now and then, you might have... Listen, a lot of those, you've kind of missed the boat by the time you're reading about it. Some of them, you're getting in early.
Yeah.
Just hold. But you do your own research if you're going to buy stocks.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll get to a point where you can kind of... catch the wave, figure out how to time the market, you get onto something, hold it for a little bit, and then you're able to say, okay, this one's popped now I can sell it, or I'm going to hold on to this one for a while. It's up to you, but...
Yeah, keep your cards close to the vest.
Don't be the guy that sees something on Reddit with a bunch of rocket emojis next to it and it says "to the moon," don't just jump on
To
it.
the moon.
That is definitely a thing, by the way. Like that is common lingo.
The to the moon thing, yeah.
To the moon.
Yeah. Oh god, this
So a bunch of like rockets.
just fucking the broiest of
Let's go to the moon, bro.
Yeah, day trader bro. That should be the name that's on the forum. It's like Day Trader Bro 21 says to the moon.
Yeah,
Like,
just
yeah.
with 8 rocket emojis.
Yeah. Annie Ann's is gonna pop today. Really? The pretzel place? Really? Cold Stone Creamery?
But here's
really?
the thing. I think now this is not the first time we saw this though.
No.
We saw it back in the summer with Hertz, if you remember. To a smaller extent.
I
but
don't
we saw it.
remember, but you remember.
Okay. Basically,
Hertz, the car rental
Hertz,
company.
the car rental company, declared bankruptcy. They
Correct.
started selling off their inventory
Yep.
of all the rental cars. They just started selling them. Mm-hmm. It was very, very clear that they were going to go under. The price of the stock went down to, I believe, about 30 cents a share. But people just started pumping it because the short sellers started circling the wagon and started coming in.
Yeah.
You know, the Robin Hooders said, fuck that, and started pumping it.
Yeah.
And what they would do, and this went on for a couple of weeks, where what they'd do is they'd pick it up 30 cents a share. They keep buying. It goes up to like $1.15 a share. They all sell off. It drops by the end of the day. And then the next day, it's down at 83 cents a share. They buy more. It jumps up to $1.27 a share. They sell. And people made nuts off of Hertz, man. This is back in the summer. So this is going to keep happening. Like, this is just one. This is going to keep happening. Now that it's so easy now to buy and sell stocks, it's going to keep happening.
So this is like the Antifa of stock trading.
It's more like the Occupy Wall Street.
Okay.
As much as they didn't really make much sense. Like,
Yeah.
the arguments are valid, but the way they went about shit was kind of dumb. But yeah, this is kind of that. This is Occupy Wall Street 10 years later. If you can't beat them, join them. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna poke some holes in those tires. Like, we're gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
And make some money while doing it. And you know what? I'm all for it.
I mean, sure. Like, yeah. You know, what's the old phrase?
In the mic.
Yes. Yeah. What do they say? Eat the rich? Is that how it goes?
Listen, if you can make a few bucks doing it, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, you know what? Put them down. Mm-hmm. All right.
But also, here's something I've kind of realized as I've gotten a little older. Intelligence is complicated. I don't believe that one person is any smarter than anybody else.
I don't know, man. Have you heard Elon Musk speak?
Yeah. There's some weirdness going on there.
I mean, there's some weirdness, but that dude is next level.
But he'll say some shit that sounds like really, really smart, but you boil it down, and it's like, I mean, that's pretty binary, bro. Where'd you come up with that?
Yeah, but I think everybody's allowed like that one, you know, binary down that one.
He does that shit all the time.
That one simple moment. Everyone's allowed a simple moment.
I mean, he does that shit all the time.
I know,
though.
but I think he's also egging people.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Kind of.
Like, do you know the smartest people in the world want to dumb it down to the common folk,
yeah,
and they want to make sure that they understand what they're saying.
Yeah, but I honestly believe
that dude is come on, that dude's next level.
He is smart. I'll give you that. But
he's evil genius smart.
He's smart in one area.
That's all you need to be. You can't be smart in everything.
Right.
Your brain. That's not the way the brain works.
But there are so many people out there that are brilliant in one aspect of life. And then they want to go and do some other shit, and you're like, you lost me, bro.
Well, think about it like this: like in the comedy world, like there's actors that are great actors, and they do like one comedic role, and they're like, I could be a stand-up comic,
like,
and
no,
then they go do 5 minutes, and they suck, and they're just like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
Yeah.
Like. Just because you do it in front of a not audience, in front of a recorded audience, you then think you can just bring it to life and then start talking about, you know, your life down to the common folk.
Yeah.
I feel like comedy is a common folk thing. Like, it's not meant to be like this grandiose, like $1 million scheme, like a movie. It's like it's supposed to be real people talking to a group of real people.
Right.
I mean,
but I think about it like Kanye wanting to run for president. Okay,
He did run for president.
He did. Listen, his music, incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, the man is a musical genius.
The fact that anybody thinks that Kanye is not a musical is not the
absolutely is.
Beethoven of our time needs to take a step back.
He absolutely is. But politics ain't his bag.
Yeah, it's just a little too much name dropping.
Yeah.
You know?
Me and Heidi Slamé.
Yeah. I just want to talk about my boy. Help me custom make this sweatsuit at Givenchy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... All right.
He has a lot of great ideas, but
yeah.
Kanye, president? No.
Yeah. You think he fucked Jeffree Star?
I think the girl that said that basically said she lied.
Okay. So that's yeah. I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
No.
Yeah. We're past that. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're beyond that.
These rumors are done.
Anyway, speaking of run for president.
Okay. So.
we said a lot of shit last week about China invading on China Inauguration Day. Now, as we're recording this now, we're on Wednesday.
We're in the bunker. It's day 2.
It is Wednesday. We're exactly 1 day.
1 week after the inauguration.
This, 8 days in.
Yeah.
We're late. Sorry, life happens.
Yeah. Shit went down. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So did China invade the
No.
No?
I think what's happening now is they're waiting for us to get comfortable.
Okay.
So they're gonna wait. He's gonna pass some executive orders. He's gonna do some things that are a little off the cuff.
Yeah.
China's gonna wait till we're at our weakest point, maybe like midsummer. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, we're outside again. The virus is done. We have herd immunity. Mm-hmm. China invades.
Dicks are big. Wow. All right. How about this? We'll hold you to that. We're gonna bookmark this moment, and we're in the middle of summer. We're gonna revisit this.
You better learn Chinese. That's all I'm saying.
I think I got to brush up on my Mandarin.
Yeah. I can say 6 words in Mandarin, all of them swear words.
Listen, this is what I know, okay? Ni hao, shi shi. That's all I know.
That's what I know that as well. Yeah.
Shit sounded good.
I can't say, I really shouldn't say any of these words that I know in Mandarin because I'm going to get a lot of people angry at me.
Okay.
Most races are going to be angry.
Say it.
No, not today. Not today. So, yeah, it's weird because like we're now at a point in time where Politico seems kind of regular. Mm-hmm. Like Trump isn't tweeting every 25 minutes.
No, and it's not
seconds,
flooded with, okay, this is Trump's newest lie.
Yeah.
Like it's literally
I think it's too normal. Because the new normal that I'd figured out was just like I kind of liked Trump on Twitter because it was funny.
It was funny, but it was also like, God, this is kind of at the expense of the country.
Yeah, but like, fuck this country. What has it done? What has it done?
We just got done talking about how, like,
mind you,
people make millions of dollars a year just moving money around.
I know people here. You know. This is
it's not real. Yeah, it's a game.
This is how you tell the mark of how well off your country is when you can literally simulate money to make a living, and you can starve yourself as a diet trend. Mm-hmm. That's how you know you're doing well.
Yes.
Intermittent fasting. I'm not going to eat till noon. Really? Go to Africa.
Yeah.
Go to Africa. You know why? You know why they don't eat till noon? They don't eat till 7. You know what? They don't eat.
They don't eat. Ethiopia?
They're
lucky if they eat.
They eat mud pies. Actual mud. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Dirty water and mud pies.
Yeah.
Sometimes they eat a fly if they're lucky. It's
protein.
It's protein. That's all I got.
So it's funny though. Like, Trump tweeting and maybe that's part of the appeal of Trump is there are people that really wanted to watch it all burn.
Well, yeah, but that's normal. Societal norms. There's never a normal person in society. There's more than a handful of crazies out there that want to see the world burn. Mm-hmm. That's just their setting. That's not weird. There's more weird people than there are normal people.
Yes,
that's why the world is weird.
But then the pandemic happens. The pandy. 400,000 people die.
Okay.
The country has to lock down for a while.
All right.
People lose their jobs.
They get a little crazy. Then they go to the internet and start
reading shit. Can't afford to pay their
shit.
mortgages and their rent and shit.
Yeah, it makes people angry.
But then you realize, if we don't have a stable person in office, shit can get pretty weird.
I mean, I wouldn't consider Joe Biden stable.
He's stable enough.
I mean, he's old.
Well, yeah, he's old.
I mean,
but
he is.
But here's the thing.
Hospice care's on speed dial.
But here's the thing. I mean, he didn't he didn't get in office and do the grand nepotism thing. He hired a bunch of people with proven track records that are young enough to do the job.
Which is okay for me.
He's got a young, sexy woman of color behind him.
Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Would you give her the pipe?
She ain't ugly. And that's the thing is that people
sexy.
That thing that's been going online is like, who would you, there was this thing actually that was trending online the other day that was like, who would you fuck, Biden or Harris? And then they would just show old photos of Biden from the 70s. He was a Sex Panther.
Oh yeah,
like
but
real.
That was like 58 years ago.
Yeah, I get that, but still, like he's still a hot piece.
Oh yeah.
But then you have Kamala next to him.
He was
it's
a
just
piece.
Like, yeah, Kamala's just. I mean, imagine her cop. I mean, scenario. Yeah, exactly.
That song by Lil Wayne?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Every single genre of pornography, copious, combing through my head.
Yeah.
It's like, what's Kamala up to?
Yeah, just a hot, racially ambiguous police officer. Excuse me. I'm going to need you to step out of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah.
Spread them.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, my God, Miss Harris. Mrs. Harris. Her husband looks so white. I mean, he is
Doug.
Dude, he is so carbon copy white. Like, if FedEx had a box that was named after a guy, it'd be her husband. Like, it's just that, just regular, just middle America, has two dogs named like Champ and like Maverick.
Yeah.
He's just that guy.
Doug.
Doug. He's like, I'm a financier. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? A financier?
Yeah.
I own a construction company. I'm Doug. All right.
Hey, Doug. By the way, she didn't take his last name.
I think that's more of like a presidential thing. Like,
no, really, she didn't.
What is his last name?
Emhoff.
Okay, so imagine Kamala Emhoff.
Yeah, Kamala Emhoff.
Or Kamala Harris.
Harris.
Doesn't Harris sound more political? Doesn't it sound like...
Definitely. Well, here's the thing is that it's a very...
Yeah.
Kamala, it's a very Indian name.
I was going to say, it's got a lot of Far Eastern roots to it.
Right, but you hear the name Kamala Emhoff, and you're like, who the fuck is this? I'll take the Kamala Emhoff with rice.
Yeah.
But you hear Kamala Harris.
I'll take a Kamala Emhoff, a mild, please. Thank you.
Mild, yeah. It can't be too spicy. Did I ever tell that story on the podcast about the time I went to the Indian restaurant, asked if the food was spicy?
Yeah, and they laughed at you?
Yeah. It was one dude behind the counter.
Spicy, huh?
And I was like, is the food spicy? I ordered like the chicken. I was like, is it spicy? And then he was like, what are you, white? And I felt so offended for a second. I was like, you goddamn right. Give me that shit.
Yeah, put this in my face. Yeah, I'm sweating, so?
Yeah, don't make no fucking adjustments. Give me that shit.
Is it spicy? Is it spicy?
And I was for a second, and then I was like, you know what?
And then they took a look at your white wife, and they were just like, what the fuck? Oh, I get it now. Yeah. Okay, I see.
I was like, I got to put on for my shit.
There's a speckle of vanilla ice cream in there.
You. I just wanted to get like real, just like
hood.
Ignorant for a second.
Just get real hood.
Get real hood for a second. Yo, Haji, put some shit in there with the beans. Give me the bread too, my nigga.
You got Tabasco, son? This ain't hot enough. You sweating. I said, you got Tabasco, son? It's just like, you proved your point, man. You don't
just get really aggressive.
It's just like, you don't have to. It's like Mike Tyson.
Fun fact, I have a pair of Timberland boots in my trunk right now, so.
I'm sorry. Are we
act up if you want to.
We stomping on white girls' necks? Like, what are we doing?
Wearing knee pads.
Yeah. Just stretching. I gotta get my squats in.
Foam rolling before my scenes. Various calisthenics.
I have to stay limber.
Oh, man.
I'm going to try that back handspring thing I've been testing out at the gym. Imagine porn stars are trying out their moves in like the ball pit they have at the gym. It's just like, oh shit, man, what are you doing? It's this back handspring thing. I'm going to try it out in my scene today. It's like, you sure you should be doing that? You're damn near 50. You stretch? I got a foam roller. All right. Okay. I see you.
LeBron James, year 18.
Yeah. I'm imagining LeBron playing till 45.
Oh, my God. He said he's going to play till Bronny gets to the NBA. That's what he says.
Is that 3 more years? What's he, Bronny, 17?
Bronny is 16,
Still
17.
smoking weed on Instagram.
Well, yeah.
Man, it's Daz LeBron.
How old is Bronny? Bronny James.
Yo,
I don't know if he's 17 yet.
I think he is.
I thought he's 16. Bronny James. How old is he? 16. Born in 04. Don't you feel old?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, you were jacking off at your mom's house at 14. So
who wasn't?
In 2014.
Yeah, everybody lived at their mom's house and they were jerking off at 14. Like that's
yeah, 2014. I was 14, jerking off at my parents'
in
house.
2014. You mean in 2004?
2004. I'm sorry.
Saying 2014. If you were jerking off in your parents' house, it'd be like, you're still living at your parents' house. Like,
I still was
in 2014.
Yeah, I moved out in 2015.
I had my first apartment. Yeah.
Because when I got out of college, I lived with my parents for a little bit. Had to stack some bread. If you remember, I was the last one to move out. If you remember,
I do recall that now. Yeah,
I was the last one to move out, and I moved out in 2015. I was 20.
That was smart
25.
though. I think that was a financial.
It was.
Yeah,
It was a
financial decision. That was a good thing.
Save some money.
I wish I would have stayed an extra year with my mom. And then,
that's the thing is,
but the thing is, though, is that I think you probably had a more stable household. Like my mom wasn't bad, but I would just be looking around, being like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
You're right.
Let me backtrack.
Right.
Let me backtrack because
that's privilege.
I'm putting no respect on her name. She's a wonderful woman. She's a saint. I just didn't want to live with her anymore.
Okay.
Like I looked at myself, I was 24 and I was just like, I actually moved back. So I moved away, I moved back and that was like that feeling of like self-doubt. And she's like, what am I doing here, man? I had to move back in with my mom. Yeah. But mind you, I was 23 years old. And then I realized that like that was the last time I was going to be living in her house. Yeah. So that was, you had to play yourself up a little bit. It's just like, this is the last time. I swear to God. And then like 8 months later, I was gone again. Yeah. So it's like.
Yeah. But for me, it was, and this is maybe my privilege showing.
Check your privilege at the door.
And also, for the uninitiated boys, white privilege is not the only privilege. There are many different forms of privilege.
There isn't? I thought it was only white privilege based on what my Twitter timeline was saying.
Well, in reality, there are many different forms of privilege.
Really?
Growing up in a two-parent household.
Get the
privilege.
Fuck out. That is true. Yeah, check your privilege at the door.
Growing up in a two-parent household. Privilege.
Why do you think you were better at baseball than I was?
Well,
because I didn't have anybody to play catch with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Better at football. You try catching a ball from a garage door.
You can't really do that with a football.
Yeah.
But yeah. There are many different forms of privilege. And I would definitely say, I'll be honest here, financially, I probably came from a place of more privilege than you did.
Oh, why? Because you had a second parent that was working?
Yeah. Particularly a father.
Yeah, okay.
Who tends to...
Why'd you say it in that like demonstrative tone?
I'm sorry. You're just
like,
you know what? That was aggressive. Yeah. I'll be honest. It was.
You were just like, haha, no dad. Like,
okay, I'll say this. Particularly a father. Okay, that's how I'll say it. Okay? And let's be honest, men tend to...
To be fair, I did have a dad.
You did.
I still did. How do you think I got here?
You did. You did. I'm not saying you didn't.
Yeah. It was one evening, Careless Whisper was playing in the background, Bubble Bath Drawn. Yeah, I know how it happened.
Okay.
I'm not proud of it.
Careless Whisper.
Let's be honest. It was done to a Nirvana song. We all know that.
It was the late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s. So, like, it was right as grunge was about to take off. I have a bit about that.
You heard this yet?
Did I tell you about I told you about that bit. I've been working on it. I really like it, but it's basically just like I understand why our generation is the most deeply depressed generation ever in American history. It's because of the music we grew up on. Like, think about your parents fucking in flannel. Like, imagine that.
Mine didn't.
Yeah, well, I'm saying from my perspective, as growing up as a 90s grunge kid, okay, think about your parents fucking in flannel and then not be deeply depressed. Okay,
man.
as Eddie,
here we are now.
Yeah, as Eddie Vedder, as Breathy sings into a microphone, speaking exactly 0 words correctly. Like, it's just every single word he says. It's a big up like nothing, no words were spoken. It's all breathy, depressed. Like, every single song, if you look at like the title of it, it's just like every Nirvana song. One of their songs was "Rape Me." Yeah, my friend, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Half of the Pearl Jam songs were about a guy killing himself. Like, it just is what it was.
Yeah.
Okay? Go listen, boys. If you want to get yourself in a deeply depressed mood, turn on Far Behind by Candlebox and then tell me you're not going to like really cry.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My friends left me. They hate me. And it's just like that smooth little guitar solo. Beep, 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 beep. And just think of yourself lighting a candle as you're drawing the bathtub before you throw a toaster inside of it.
Before you play toaster catch with yourself?
Before you play toaster tag inside of a bathtub. That's the song you play. Now maybe that is the song that you kill yourself to. It is. There's a lexicon of songs that you kill yourself to, and most of them are by Pearl Jam and Nirvana. Hold on, listen. If there's still a tape deck inside of your house, I found that the other day. I was combing through like old.
I mean, there's a reason why Kurt Cobain decided to deep throat a shotgun.
That was Courtney Love. We know that, but
she facilitated.
Yeah. What's the?
Put your lips on the curb.
that has nothing to do with
no, but it's just American History X.
Oh, God. Why did we go back? Why did you go to American History X after that?
Put your lips on the curb. Like that's just what I think of.
It's not the same, man.
I mean, that's a violent assault, potential homicide.
You went from a suicide to a homie like real quick.
Hey, sorry, man.
You just think that all white people are violent in their own special way, whether self-inflicted or
storming the Capitol. I mean, hey, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
I got to tell you, man, all the guys that went in there thinking they weren't going to prison makes me laugh.
Incredible,
so hard. Especially the guy that was in Pelosi's office. I'm just like,
by the way, he's out on house arrest right now.
I know, and that's crazy.
Which is fucking crazy.
He's going to jail.
Absolutely.
He's going to prison. He's going to
the thing is that
he's going to Maxo prison, and he's going to get fucked.
But a lot of those people though that are out right now, like on bail and all that shit. A lot of those people that storm the Capitol are like business owners and shit. They have money. Yeah. That's why they can afford great legal representation.
Which is crazy to think because you look at those guys and you're just like, what do they do?
A lot of them are small business owners and like they have legit jobs. And a lot of that.
That's why you can't judge a book by its cover in this case.
There was one woman that actually stormed the Capitol, and she's like a big time real estate broker. She like showed up on a fucking private jet before it like flew to DC from Colorado, wherever the fuck she lived, or Utah, some shit.
Did we talk about Lauren Babbert on this podcast?
Lauren Boebert?
We haven't. Babbert, yeah, Boebert, yeah.
Yeah, we might have a little bit. She's from Rifle, Colorado. Yes, she's from Rifle, Colorado, and she's all about her Second Amendment rights. Yep. That's her main thing.
Basically, opened up a restaurant and just like has concealed carry permits for people, all of the staff.
All of the staff has a concealed carry permit, and they carry a firearm on them while they serve people.
She only got served like a $5,000 fine for trying to, conceal a weapon going into the Capitol like a day after
Which is
or 2 days after.
Weird.
I mean, there's some people. Listen, every politician's a salesman or saleswoman in this case. They have their specific lane that they stick to. She is a Second Amendment lane sticker. She just says, "This is my right. I have my gun." And yes,
God gave me this right.
And yes, I am definitely just a carbon copy of Sarah Palin, but I have a gun. And she does not. Or did she? I don't know.
She had guns. They had guns in the house.
I could see Russia from my backyard. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they had guns in the Palins, they have guns in the house.
They probably. I mean, they're woodsmen. They live in Alaska.
Yeah, they're hunting, fishing. Yeah, they have guns.
What are they doing in Colorado? I mean, I know they can hunt and fish there, but I don't have a problem.
You can hunt in Colorado. People do.
Here's the thing. I don't have an issue with concealed carry permits at all. Like, I'm actually totally fine with it.
With concealed carry specifically?
Specifically, if done in a fashion that is safe to the next person. Okay. By the next person, like you can't if I see somebody with a gun, I don't want to think first thing that comes to my head is mass shooting. That's what I don't want to think.
See, here's my thoughts on gun control, firearms in general. Guns are fun. I'm be straight up. Guns are fucking fun. I'm not anti Second Amendment or anything like that. However,
guns are fun.
Guns are fucking fun. You ever go shooting? Guns are fucking fun.
I shot an AK-47 like 5 years ago.
Okay, awesome. Right?
It was so much fun.
Oh, my dick got hard. It was great.
I was shooting at like like just regular paper targets.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I want to shoot something bigger.
I want to shoot
a
flesh.
I want to shoot fucking animals, like big animals. Let's kill a bear.
I mean, just realizing that you have the power to take a life in your hands.
I know, and that's the thing is that's a lot of responsibility, but
it's a lot.
But you just have to not do that. You just have to look at the person next to you and just be like,
or you can do it.
Not today. No.
So anyway,
not today.
But
just imagine you're sitting on a bus. A guy just ruffles his paper too loud next to your ear, and you just blow him away. And like that's it. Like that's
a little far, but okay.
But that's the thing. But that's how I imagine people today. Like their triggers are so short that like this guy just ruffles the sports section a little too hard, and you just fucking. Just like Jesus Christ,
Jesus.
What did he do? Fucking sports section was a little loud. Just like, and you blew him away for that? Like that seems a little. Dave, are things good at home?
So, but here's what I find funny about, and this is my issue with gun laws in the U.S. in general, is that they vary so much state by state.
They do.
They vary so much state by state.
But the thing is, too, is that they vary very much on political lines.
Yes.
The right states are very pro-gun. The left states are very anti-gun.
There are no fucking...
But that's the thing is that there's a majority of Deep South, Texas...
Oh yeah.
The thing about Texas, though,
easy it is to get a gun in like Texas.
My fiance lived in Texas for a short time, and she used to work at a grocery store. She only lived there for like a short time, but she worked at a grocery store while she was there.
You can probably buy a gun at the grocery store.
No, but they had a lot of toy guns like at the front area. She goes, yeah, all the kids would buy are just like the
little
toy guns that were like in the what do you call it, like the area the front.
Yeah,
where you're checking out like the. Whatever it is. It's like
in the cash lane, yeah.
Cash lane, thank you.
Check
yeah,
out.
Yeah. But the impulse buying. You're just like, oh, look at this, toy gun for Timmy. Like, she said that, like, on every third person would have a gun.
Like, on their hip?
Just every third person.
Yeah.
Yep, just ready to go.
Yeah.
But the thing in Texas is that it's, and I get a lot of this from, like, what I'm reading about certain areas. Like, I have friends that live in Texas. I got a friend who lives in Austin. And I say, like, how do you feel about, because he lived in Colorado for a short time, and Colorado's super liberal, especially, and he lived just outside of Denver.
But there's guns in Colorado.
There are guns.
It is pretty easy to get a firearm in Colorado.
Is that Colorado is very blue by their standards. They're very, like, pro-weed, and, like, we're ski resort towns, and we just want people in, everybody to feel good and happy. But, like, a town over, everyone's got a gun. And that's how he said when he moved from like Colorado, he moved to Austin in Texas. He was like, it's almost the same, man. Like everything is similar. It's just, it's hotter here.
Yeah.
And like everything's the same. He goes, but like when you walk into the town, whenever you're allowed to, it's like everyone's just got a gun. They're just in their hip. And they're just eating the same barbecue that you are. And it's just, he goes, it's not weird to me. He goes, I could see why it'd be weird if you were in New York City and you just saw somebody with a gun in their hip pocket, because it's population based. Yeah, he's like, there's too many people for that shit. Yeah, it's just too much.
Now, also, it is super difficult to get a firearm in New York City.
It's borderline impossible.
So even if, let's say, you have concealed carry in New York State, us living in Syracuse,
again, which is like, I wouldn't say it's borderline impossible, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah, but New York State, it's easier to get concealed carry than is New York City.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking months as opposed to years.
No, months as opposed to ever.
Well, I'm saying years by like the standards and practices of the law.
I'm saying you're not going to get it in New York City unless you're law enforcement.
Yeah, law enforcement, or you have a deeply clean record. Like, I mean, we're talking no parking tickets. Like,
right. Even New York City, you're getting it if you're law enforcement. That's it. So New York State, if you have a deeply clean record and you have a long record of firearm ownership with no incidents, you can get it, but it'll take a while. That's New York State. New York City, though, let's say you're traveling into New York City and you plan on carrying your firearm with you, you have to send a letter to New York City
stating why.
Stating that you are bringing the firearm and why you are bringing the firearm. And then they basically have to approve or deny you access to carry your firearm on your person within the city limits of New York, even though you're in New York, you're just not in the city of New York.
Yeah.
And oftentimes you'll get denied. So it's definitely strange. Now,
this is when we start defunding the police.
Maybe. Now,
can't get a gun, defund the police.
I know a lot of the Republicans will say shit like, well, New York City's been ran by Democrats forever and their gun violence is so much higher. And it's like, well, but also context, boo.
Yeah, it's all context is key in New York City in particular. Yes,
you got to keep in mind interstate travel is a thing. People bringing guns illegally. You also keep in mind the population density, the socioeconomic levels of these people that are committing the gun crimes. All of this is key. It's not as simple as, oh, the mayor is a Democrat, so that's why the gun violence is so bad. So
it's easy to say that because,
right.
But New York has been deeply Democrat forever.
Oh yeah,
100 years.
So is Chicago. Yeah, and people also like to bring up Chicago and how the South Side of Chicago is
like the most violent area in the country.
But keep in mind, context. Chicago shares a border with Indiana,
and their gun laws are very loose,
super loose,
very loose.
And I mean, honestly, like South Side of Chicago to like Gary, Indiana, it's like 40-minute drive.
Hey, Gary, you might want to give me a gun across the border, eh?
Yeah, you get a gun in Gary at like, what is it?
Get a gun what a great name for a business.
Get a gun in Gary.
Hey, welcome. I can imagine the commercial. It's got like the fireworks in the background and one of those like soaring bald eagle sounds.
Yeah.
Ha! Why don't you come get a gun in Gary?
Yeah. And honestly, it's a bullshit background check. You show your ID, you walk out the same day with a gun.
I know. It's like committed any crimes? Not today.
Yeah. So like
last week? No.
Mm-hmm. In fact, if you can look up the statistics, boys, majority of the firearms that have been recovered in shootings in Chicago came from Indiana, the state of Indiana. That's where they were purchased. Mm-hmm. Look it up. It's there. That's why
what am I looking up again?
Look up just number of firearms purchased in Indiana using Chicago murders. I don't know if it's there.
I don't know how specific you can. I'm just gonna look up number of firearms. Purchased. Do you want to look up just in Indiana? In Indiana.
Sure.
Indiana. There we go.
Indiana.
Okay. Number of registered. Okay, so here's this is from 2019. So I don't know how historically accurate this is.
It's not that old.
So this is a number of state weapons. Number of registered weapons by state in 2019. Okay, so you'll never guess who's first.
Who?
Texas.
Of course.
830,000.
Yes.
That's a lot of
fucking guns.
A lot of guns, man.
In this country, we got more guns than we got people.
Yeah. Indiana has 142,000. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's funny though because I'm looking at it. So like the top three are like, I wouldn't say fairly obvious, but it's Texas, Florida, and Virginia.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Virginia just because of like colonialism at that point.
Yeah, Virginia. And also there's a lot of military bases.
The fourth, though, is California. And I just think that's
Wild West.
Celebrities.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It's just is how it is. Pennsylvania is fifth. Mm-hmm. Again, big state. So, I mean, just...
But also easier to get a gun in Pennsylvania. Shares a border with New York.
And then the rest of obviously the rest of the states are like exactly what you think. Georgia.
Yeah, the South.
Arizona, a bunch of old people that migrated from the South.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Ohio. I mean,
yeah.
Mike Pence has one on his hip as we speak.
Definitely.
Alabama. Illinois. Shocker. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Wyoming. Wyoming's the other one.
But harder to buy a gun in Chicago.
Murdering
not so much
there.
in the rest of the state.
It makes sense. It's just, it's such, I think everything is so simple. Mm-hmm. Like we overcomplicate all of the issues because it's better for politics to overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
Because they can kind of swoop in and save the day. It's Batman isn't a hero until he has to, either
fuck your wife. Yeah.
He fuck your wife. Yeah. But no, he has to disrupt turmoil.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is that he's a vigilante because he's breaking up turmoil because he gets there before the police can. So he's just like, well, this guy's doing it himself. He doesn't need us. This isn't law and order. It's vigilante justice. It's Antifa is what it is. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people get blinded by the fact that it's such simple logic that like hard right states are very pro-gun. You know, look on a map. Look at the colors of the map. If you're a red state, you're probably pro-gun. If you're a blue state, you're probably not.
Yeah.
It's every law that comes across those like middle of the road issues. Pro-life versus pro-choice.
Yeah.
If you're a red state, you better keep that baby. If you're a blue state, kill it if you want to.
Yeah.
Like it's just
you're killing it. Whatever.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Yeah, good. No, I got.
You're trying to tell me you want this 17-year-old girl who just got her GED, you want her to carry a child through term? Like,
oh my God.
It's not her fault. It is her fault, but it's not her fault.
She should have the choice.
She should have the choice. All right, you're setting this kid up for failure already.
Absolutely.
Do not do that. If you want the next generation to be better than us, don't let him get out. It's not fair to the kid.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
No, you're absolutely right.
It's not his fault that his mom wanted to fuck without a Jimmy. Like, that's not his fault.
That's not his fault.
You can't get mad at the mom.
No.
Like, just...
She was young and dumb.
Most people are.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, every time that I thought about it, 21 years old, just being like, no condom today. It's just like... Yeah, I don't know how strong that pullout game is, though.
Yeah.
At 30, it's fantastic.
Yes.
I couldn't be better.
Yeah.
I mean,
also,
I'm like John Stockton at the free throw line.
You're in a stable, committed relationship at 30.
Yeah.
So even if you guys...
Most folks are, yeah.
Yeah, but even if you, let's say, didn't want to have a kid, but let's say mistake happened, oopsie boo-boo, and your girl got pregnant, it's not the worst thing in the world.
At 30?
At 30,
yeah, that's
you're
fine.
not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. You're both gainfully employed. No. You'll figure it out. It'll be okay.
Yeah, that baby's not going to go hungry. Like
10 years ago, on the other hand.
Oh, at 20, yeah.
Shit would have been dicey.
Yeah, no steady income.
Right.
You know, who knows what the parent situation's like.
Yeah.
I mean, usually people that are making those unjust decisions didn't really have like the most stable household.
Exactly.
You know, their dad didn't sit them down and just be like, listen, son.
I mean, let's be honest. When you were 20, you know, who were you fucking at the time?
Who wasn't I fucking at the time?
Exactly. Were you even in a relationship at 20?
I don't know. Was I?
Shit, I don't remember.
I did a lot of drugs, man. Like 10 years ago is kind of fucking like.
I mean,
you're asking me a lot to remember.
Dude, you were just kind of you were just floating in the breeze.
I was just a loose kite in the wind, man. Just
you buying it, I'm selling it, baby.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Like
everything.
Yeah, but just imagine yourself 10 years ago. Like, you were just out here fucking.
Yeah.
And imagine you got some broad pregnant.
I have friends that are now my age that act that way still. And it's weird, though, because if they would say, I got a girl pregnant, my first reaction would be like, oh, my God, what are you going to do? At 30, you wouldn't think so. Because now I have friends that have, like, pregnant wives and fiancés. Some of them have pregnant girlfriends, and it's like they're 30. So I was like, that's normal.
Yeah,
it's a very normal thing.
Like, you know, pregnant girlfriend, but he plans on marrying
that was normal.
her.
And like, remember, like in 1960, when just like getting pregnant at 21 was like fine.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, she's a woman. She's ready to go.
She's a woman.
She's got childbearing hips. Let's
Doug
do
went
this.
to the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
because the only representation I have of the 1960s is like every show that I've seen on either Netflix or AMC, essentially, like Mad Men. Like all of those women were having kids at 20, and what they were doing is they were waiting. They were not waiting up for their husbands to get home. They drank 2 martinis and they went to bed. Same thing. We were watching The Queen's Gambit. That the mom literally drinks herself to death. Not spoiler alert, but she drinks herself to oblivion because the husband is an absentee father to a foster kid who happens to be a chess champion genius, and she just drinks herself to oblivion because that's all she's got to do. What else is there to do in the 60s? Walk? Like, what are you going to do?
Make weird foods with Jell-O?
Yeah, make weird foods with Jell-O. Made another fruit cake. It's like, Jesus, Janice, why don't you drink a beer and watch the fucking I Love Lucy show?
I hate to stop this roll right now, but I gotta piss like a racehorse.
I haven't seen you dance.
Yeah, I'm dancing, but
right,
hold on.
Okay.
All right, boys, we're back.
Did you go potty?
Yes, I took a very strong, masculine piss.
Yeah.
Had a smell to it.
Like a beefy broth.
Yeah. It was a little opaque.
Opaque?
Yeah.
Should probably go to the doctor.
Nah, I think that's just masculinity. Anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of strong masculine energy.
My urine had this like red tinge to it. That's blood.
No, just a strong,
No, I just drank a lot of red wine. No, man, that's blood.
just a strong brownish color.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it too.
Wow. What did it smell like? Like mud?
It had like a musk. Almost like jupe.
Really?
Yeah. It's a strong.
Pretty sure if you typed in jupe smelling piss, it would just be like chlamydia. Like that would be the diagnosis that popped up. Syphilis.
It's really a musk. I've really been cultivating.
Third from the bottom. Here it is. Jupe smelling urine. Chlamydia.
Urine smells like jupe.
Oh God, that's the clap. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So speaking of strong silverback gorilla piss.
Oh my God.
Conor McGregor.
Okay, not anymore. No. He got.
He's definitely a Chad.
He got cracked by the diamond. Yes, the old diamond that turned from coal, Dustin Poirier, just murdered Conor McGregor.
Yes,
with a strong left hand.
Now, when's the last time McGregor fought before this? Though?
371 days before the fight.
So a little over a year.
He fought Donald Cerrone, Cowboy, who was. Let's be honest, he's on the back nine of his career.
Yeah,
and it was a great fight for McGregor because you could tell he was ready to go, and Cerrone was just I think there to make some money. But that was the hard vibe I was catching from McGregor.
Oh yeah,
in this fight, like I think this was a payday fight. I mean, I think you've seen drastic changes in Conor McGregor. He's very appreciative. He's much more. He's not as outlandish. It's like he's
brash
he's
anymore.
gotten comfortable.
Yeah, well,
he's gotten.
Listen, I follow him on the gram.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good life.
McGregor's doing other shit.
It looks like he's having a lot of fun.
Listen, he's got his endorsement deal Reebok.
Yeah.
He has the proper 12 Irish whiskey. He's the face of that.
He's doing fine.
He has a clothing line, August McGregor.
He has nothing to do anymore. So for him to fight is actually obsolete. He retires, he comes back, he retires.
Now, maybe it was a payday. Maybe it was, you know what? I want to get back in the ring just to see if I still got it.
And I don't think it's not that I don't think he still has it. I just think he was ill prepared for a fight that he thought he was going to win.
Maybe he's just not that hungry anymore to fight.
I don't think so either. And I think, not to mention, like Dustin Poirier is a great fighter.
Absolutely,
he's the number 2 lightweight,
and he's improved a lot since the last time he fought. Since the first time he fought.
Well, back in 2014, he was a legitimate child.
Yeah,
he came in as a huge underdog and got smoked. This fight, he was an underdog. He was a sizably less underdog, but he's a much better fighter.
Okay. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Conor McGregor's net worth is $120 million.
That sounds about right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Mans has a lot of money.
He's got a lot of money, so it's less to fight for. But it's like, think about like the whole Mike Tyson thing. Mike Tyson has this primal need
to fight.
He has an ego. He's an ego that needs to be fed. So as soon as you stop feeding the ego, you turn into, pot-growing, chubby Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I like my life. I enjoy what I've made. I enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Right.
As soon as you give him a deal and a reason to get back in the ring, the ego gets turned back on.
Yes.
I haven't seen a killer instinct from Conor McGregor. And that needs to be turned back on. The lion needs to be taken out of the cage.
Okay. Yeah, but that's the thing is that it's hard to have that kind of drive when you drive a $300,000 car. I get it. I think I'd be comfortable, but also you have to stay hungry. Right. Let's be honest, he did still have it for a while. You got to stay hard. When he got rich. Hard times make hard men. Yeah. I mean, because you think about it. Conor McGregor was still fucking people up wearing custom-made suits. I know. For a while. And that was his thing. Yeah. Was he's going to show up wearing a extremely hard-to-find Rolex watch, a custom-made suit. He's going to talk a bunch of shit. He's going to show up on fight day, beat the fuck out of you. And he's going to leave. And then he's going to leave. Wearing that same suit. Laughing his ass off. Yeah. Wearing the Irish flag like a cape.
that Conor's dead.
That thing, yes, but now Conor is older now. Conor has kids now.
Yeah.
Conor has figured out that he can make more money hawking fucking okay-ish whiskey.
Okay-ish whiskey and like maybe the fourth most popular brand of sneaker in the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
than he ever did.
Yeah.
Getting the
shit kicked out of him.
Getting punched in the head. Like,
yeah. Let's weigh these options. Don't get punched in the face, make more money.
Yeah.
Get punched in the face, make less money.
Right.
I'm going to go with the not get punched in the face.
Right.
Seems
Because even then, like, I can sell August McGregor clothing, which, I mean, I'm just looking at some of these clothes, right? Mm-hmm. He wants $104 for a hoodie, $50 for a, $100 for a hoodie, $50 for a t-shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
If you go to teespring.com/stores/wineboys, you'll see that the price of our t-shirts, sweatshirts are not that.
$80 for some sweatpants.
Oh,
like,
believe me, you. I say our merchandise is definitely good quality and less expensive.
Yes.
So go and get some of that merch.
Yeah, and
put that t-shirt on. Put that sweatshirt on.
I'm sure
Boys yourself.
This shit sells very well in Ireland, where he's from, where he's a megastar.
He's beyond a megastar. He's like the president of Ireland.
Right. So I am sure.
I'm sure he's going to do fine.
Yeah.
I think now, because he ate Poirier's lunch the first fight. That, mind you, that was 5 years ago. Or actually, this is longer ago. That was six years ago now.
Yeah.
That he fought the Diamond Poirier. And now, I mean, Dustin's a good fighter. He's won, I think, 5 consecutive fights. Mm-hmm. He's the number 2 lightweight in the world. The only person that's better in his weight class is Khabib, who is now retired.
Yes.
So now they're going to have to vacate that belt if Khabib is not truly going to ever fight again.
Yep.
And they're going to probably run it back. They probably have to.
Yeah.
Make the trilogy happen. Let's see if Conor can put himself together in 6 months and go back and try to win a fight. And then try to stake claim for that belt. And then let's have him fight Khabib again.
Yeah.
Make some money. Like, if you want to see the last fight that people were legitimately, like, lining up around the block for was Khabib McGregor.
Uh-huh.
There's been some other really good fights. I'm just a big, UFC fan, but
Right.
I don't think the mainstream media is not blowing up until they see McGregor on a card.
Okay.
Like, that was the most media coverage the UFC got outside of the last McGregor fight, which was Donald Cerrone a year plus ago.
Okay.
So now that's I think the only logical thing UFC can do, because I mean, I guess Poirier can fight Justin Gaethje, who just got his shit pushed in by Khabib. Mm-hmm. I guess that can happen, but it's just the lightweight division is the most deep, exciting division in UFC, because they're just all these guys that fight at 155 pounds are just so good. They're all
murderers.
That's the thing, is that they're fast.
Yeah,
but they can punch too.
Oh, they hit fucking hard.
They hit the hardest and they're the fastest.
Right.
And it's like, but I mean, I like a good heavyweight matchup. Like, the next UFC card is Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou, which is
it's gonna be incredible.
Burly gentleman, big, strap, just
boys.
If you're not a fan of grappling, that's your fight.
Yeah.
You're just like big men throwing hands.
Oh my god, they're just lumbering. Somebody's gonna catch one.
Google search Francis Ngannou. Look at the traps on this guy.
Oh yeah, he's all traps.
It's just big, just meat. He's just a big boy. Just say Francis. There he is, right there.
Yeah. Francis Ngannou. Yeah.
Just look at the size of this fucking guy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just look at
giant trapezius.
Imagine just walking by this guy.
Just
look at the traps on this dude. Just
like, imagine Jack Slayer.
Yeah, just
the adult film star. If he just decided to say, "I'm gonna fight,"
just meat.
Yeah.
Look at that man. Just
a big, beefy man.
Look at the way he looks at you. What's he listed at? He's got to be, I'd say, 6'4", 260, maybe 270. 6'4", 259.
Okay, 6'4", 250. He's a skittle away from 260.
I was say he's a handful of M&Ms away.
Yeah.
From 265.
Yeah. Nicknamed the Predator.
Yeah. You don't just get that nickname because you like the movie.
No.
No. It's just the Predator.
Yeah, he's just a big.
How big? Yeah, just for shits and giggles. How big is Stipe?
How do you spell that?
S-T-I-P-E. Stipe.
S
Stipe Miocic. So he's got I would say probably 6'6". He's a big old boy.
34. Stipe's 38, man.
Yeah.
All right, he's 245, 6'4".
What's he listed at? 6'4", 245.
245.
These are carbon copies of one another.
Yeah. Just two big
giant men. Just
big, strong,
yeah,
aggressive men.
It's going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
Just like angry big boys hitting each other.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think Stipe won the first fight. Mm-hmm. This is when they just brought in Ngannou, who was like kind of this hot prospect. He's from Cameroon.
Right.
I mean, chiseled out of stone.
Right.
This fucking angry monster. And they threw him in with Stipe, who Stipe's last loss was Daniel Cormier, which they ran. Cormier just caught him on a bad day. And then Stipe in the second fight just ate his lunch.
Daniel Cormier is another god of the sport.
That's the thing, is that you look at Daniel Cormier. I find him to be one of the most entertaining color commentators. Like, put him with Rogan.
Yeah,
like they're fucking amazing together. Like Daniel Cormier should be the third guy on that broadcast every single time.
Look at this, two Chads.
Just Conor McGregor and Francis Ngannou. He's such a big guy, man.
Actually, look at the width of Conor's chest though compared to Francis.
Well, Francis is taller too, so you got more.
But look at the width of Conor.
Yeah, he works out.
Yeah,
he loves.
And that meat print, Jesus.
Yeah,
Conor's packing.
That's stuff.
We all know that though.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's got a solid D, but I mean,
Conor's got a piece.
I mean, it's not small. There's no way you don't carry that much comp. Nobody wants to go into a ring and fight another man unless there's some dick energy behind it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got a cockers on him, man.
You just watching Francis Ngannou, you just toss around little children right now.
Yeah, this is pretty entertaining. He's just throwing them and slamming them. These fucking kids.
Yes. Come at me, motherfucker.
Yeah. And him choking children. I love it.
I'm pretty sure this is just like a school that he teaches at.
Probably.
And
warrior training.
He's taking on like 9 kids and they're just running at him.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we just are so happy that you're here. And you go, get the fuck off of me.
Just fucking doing rows with 110-pound dumbbells.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Yeah. Strong.
It's a big man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be a good fight. But moral of the story is, I don't know. I think he's lost an edge. I want to see him get it back. I want to see that Poirier fight again. It's gonna be something to see.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I watch. So they just brought in another guy. He was my. I think it was Michael Chandler.
Okay.
They just brought in. He was the co-main event. They just brought him in. He was a highly recognized prospect, and not a big dude. Like I was watching the fight with a couple of friends, and my one buddy's like, "Dude, I could fuck this guy up," and I'm like, I don't know, man. No, because like the guy he was fighting was Dan Hooker, who lost his last fight, but it was a really talented striker, but like had a big height advantage. So he was about 6 foot, like 3.5, maybe 4-inch reach advantage to a guy that's like 5'9". And we thought this guy was just gonna be scrappy and just like go and tackle him, and he knocked him the fuck out. Chandler knocked out Hooker, and it was like, I looked at my buddy and I was just like, "You knocked this guy out?" I was just like, dude, that guy would climb me like a spider monkey and choke me out. And I'm like,
dude.
I was like, yeah.
I'm like the same size as Daniel Cormier.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in the fucking ring with him.
No, that guy's a trained killer.
Yes, all of these guys are trained killers. You're not fighting. No, fuck
when somebody says I do jujitsu, I'm just like, that's cool, man. I'm gonna go over here. You're definitely gonna try to kill me. So
yeah. Also, a lot of those dudes that like do jujitsu, like you don't even know it, but they will choke you out. Once
COVID is done and gone with, I truly want to join jiu-jitsu, or I want to grapple.
Okay.
I want to take a man's arm in my hands and I want to dictate whether or not I break it.
Okay.
Like that's
like, you want to be that guy that like, you know, like you're hanging off his arm and you're just like, "Oh, fucking break it, bro."
I want to do that, and I want to look at him in his eyes and see the fear welling up in his face, and I can just go, I can break it. Like that, and he knows that I can.
Yeah.
And that's what I want.
Yeah. Well, the thing about jiu-jitsu is that the whole idea of the entire sport is about basically getting your positioning right. It's not about how strong you are or anything like that.
Yeah, it's tactical. It's tactical muscle attacks.
Exactly.
It's attacking and elongating the body in the most uncomfortable fashion.
Yes.
That's really what it is.
And a lot of it is using people's using leverage, using their leverage against them.
You don't necessarily have to be the biggest, strongest guy to do jiu-jitsu. Look at Anderson Silva.
Most of them aren't, honestly.
You look at Anderson Silva, who might be top 5 greatest UFC fighters, mixed martial artists in the history of time. I mean, well-built guy, not a big guy though. Like, when you first saw him come in, he almost didn't look like he was like trying that hard to like have a body, like have a fighter's body.
No, he was just kind of a lanky
and
guy.
he would just front kick guys and just hit him with either his heel and just break noses.
Yeah,
like just front kick, just get away from me, and just bang.
Yeah,
and it's just like, Jesus Christ, this guy. Like, nicknamed the Spider because he would just get on you,
wrap around people.
Yeah, there's some dudes that like you look at them, and you're just like, that's just like a fighter. Like, that guy's a trained killer, and he looks like a dad that just like drinks Busch Light.
Also, that was one of the crazy things about watching the UFC is not all these guys are like have the greatest bodies.
Yeah, but they
like,
know.
When you think professional athlete, you think this guy's chiseled out of stone.
Some of them, I mean, much better now because of the way that weight training is and athletics. But
yeah.
There's some guys back in the day, like Mark Hunt's one of my favorite one. He fought Brock Lesnar in his last fight in the UFC. Look up Mark Hunt. He basically looks like he's a piece of Play-Doh. I mean, he's not a big boy. Say it's just Mark Hunt. There he is. He's from it's from New Zealand. Yeah.
And he's he's not skinny.
No, look at that. Yeah, go to the picture right next to there.
Yeah. He's a big man.
Yeah, that's not a man that's chiseled out of granite.
Well, no,
kind of chubby.
Yeah,
got some sick tats.
Yeah, his tattoos don't make it acceptable.
Yeah,
but he's not
funny though.
like
that dude fought Brock Lesnar.
I wouldn't fight that guy.
No, neither would I. Look at the size of him. He's a. I'm not saying he's not
got a piece on him too.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a scary looking, probably like death dealing machine.
But like look at
he fought Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Look at the chub. Look at the rolls as he goes back for that punch.
Who's that dude that like beat Anthony Joshua?
Oh,
Andy
Ruiz. Andy
right?
Ruiz, yeah.
Yeah, he's another one. It's
like that guy doesn't look like a fighter. It's he is the destroyer.
Yeah. And Andy Ruiz, he can fucking box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, man, he likes donuts.
Yeah.
So what?
But he can fight.
He can hit
fucking hard.
Yeah. Ran it back with Joshua. Did not go well.
No. Part 2 didn't go as well.
Yeah, part 2 did not go very well.
Loves the Snickers, though.
Yeah.
Loves the Snickers bar.
So wait, is Joshua fighting Fury finally? Or is Fury still got to run it? Is Fury running it? Is Fury running it back with oh God, why am I forgetting his name? With Wilder.
Not this Anthony Joshua.
No, it's Anthony Johnson, who was another trap machine. If you want to see men with tremendous traps.
Yes.
Anthony Johnson has got tremendous traps.
More confident of so they're confident.
Confident Fury in May, June. So I think I think Fury and Wilder are running it back in February.
Okay.
Go check. Yeah, go to Tyson Fury real quick.
All right, let's see.
I want to see because I think this fight is.
So they're gonna have their third fight.
I think this is the trilogy. Yeah.
Okay.
Go to Wilder Fury. I think they're fighting again. I can't remember for the life of me when. I thought they were. Maybe they're not.
Having a third fight?
No, last fight was in 18.
Yeah.
Great fight.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. There will be no trilogy.
Yeah. So
from DAZN.
Okay, so they said. All right, so this is back on January 14th. So this was 2 weeks ago.
This is like a week ago or so. And they said there's not going to be a third one.
Okay. So basically, Fury is going to fight Joshua. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
When. Yeah.
So now you have two boxers from the United Kingdom clashing as the two best heavyweights in the world.
Yeah. I feel like, though, at this point, everybody's pretty much like saying to Anthony Joshua, like, You need to fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, you can't hide anymore.
You can't hide.
Fubu.
You have to fight
He's
him.
been hiding for a while.
Absolutely.
That's why he took the Andy Ruiz fight and didn't think he was going to get beat, and then he got beat.
And he lost, and then he actually had to train for the second one.
Yeah, and then when he did train, look what happened. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, that's the fight. That is your
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua.
That is the fight.
Who are you rooting for in that?
Oh, I'm a big Tyson Fury guy.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, this
is just
what's not to like about him.
Oh my God, he's fucking gypsy lineage.
Gypsy lineage. Used to be fat and depressed. Now he's got a good head on his shoulders now. And
my question is he going to use that same strategy that he used against Deontay Wilder in the second fight?
Just bob, weave, dance.
Well, his strategy in the second fight was okay. I'm going to put pressure on Deontay Wilder. I'm going to come in the ring physically bigger than him. Mm-hmm. I know I can weigh more than him. I'm taller than him. So I'm going to come in bigger. And I'm just going to put my body on him. He's not used to fighting beyond like 3 rounds.
Well, yeah, Wilder's a knockout artist. Like, that's what he's...
Wilder's a knockout artist. That's all he does. He knocks people out. That's it. He has ungodly power, but he can't actually box. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just put my body on him. I'm going to tire him out, and I'm going to take this one the distance.
And he did.
And that's what he did. That was his strategy going to the second fight. I'm wondering because I've kind of realized this about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury really is a boxer. He understands the art and how to win these fights.
Well, the thing is though, is that he was like a bare knuckler. Like he was, typical gypsy. Just like ball fighting and just like figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like he figured out how to box because he was like, I'm not the biggest guy here, so I got to figure out a way out of this. And
actually,
then
he is.
Well, he became the biggest guy.
Right.
And then for the longest time, like he would just wasn't trying. Like he would just be this fat gypsy come in and just beat the shit out of like world class boxers. And people are like, this is a real guy. This is a real thing we got here. And then like he got some money, and then he
sings.
He sings.
I love it.
I used to watch when he was in quarantine with his family. He would do his 30-minute workouts in the morning with his wife, and he would just be like just high energy, ready to go. And he's like, "Oh, here we go!" Like just like really into it. He's doing like jumping jacks. He's so tall. He's like barely clearing the ceiling in his house, and I'm like, "Geez, man, he's like scratching."
This guy's great.
Yeah,
I love him.
Yeah, I want to read his book because I admire anybody that's gone through some sort of like deep, dark shit and just like come out on the other side of it.
Oh, here we go.
Do you know
he's great?
You know who's kind of the story, right? Like he was so deeply depressed, like he was to the point where he was like driving to the bridge to kill himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I
didn't know that.
He was in this point of his life where he just like was just. This was like right in the middle of his boxing career and is like starting to take off and the pressure, and he just couldn't be happy. So that's why he was fat and he just wasn't taking care of himself.
Didn't he get up to like 400 pounds or
close
something like that?
Close to it, yeah. And he got to a point where he was driving to the bridge to jump off it to kill himself. Mm-hmm. He called his dad, and his dad said, "No, you go." He goes, "Do not go." He goes, "You go to the hospital and you check yourself in right now." Mm-hmm. And he listened, and he went to the hospital and he checked himself in, and he got his shit straightened out, and he just. They just took off from there. And he's like, just get your mind right. And then, and his dad was just like, you are the best boxer in the world. He's like, and I don't think you know that yet. And then as soon as he finally had that like aha moment, that come to Jesus moment, where he's just like, look what you're about to do. Like you are about to be probably the best heavyweight boxer, maybe of all time, if you don't fuck it up.
And I'll be honest here, fighting wise, Tyson Fury is the closest thing we've seen to Muhammad Ali.
From like a standpoint of like pure boxing skill with like swagger and like...
Yes.
Yeah.
He's extremely likable.
Yeah.
He has the skill to back it up. Like he can watching him adapt to his opponent and how they fight and figure out a way to beat them based on what they're doing.
Yeah.
Ali level.
It's not a horrible comparison. The fact that the guy is also larger than life in stature and in personality.
And he is physically bigger than Muhammad Ali.
He's almost 7 feet tall. Like he's a giant boxing machine. Like
and Muhammad Ali wasn't a little dude.
No, Muhammad Ali was about 6'4", 6'5",
something like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, big. Not a little dude. But,
I'll look it up. But yeah,
but I got to think that Tyson Fury is. I mean, and nobody would have thunk it. That like, could you imagine like when you're talking today, you're saying best pound for pound fighters in the game.
6'3".
Yeah, in the game. You're not thinking of this 6'9" gypsy,
Right?
who is just like. I mean, goddamn it, the guy was on a WWE pay-per-view, for God's sakes.
Right.
I mean, his personality just drums up and through the room. Like, he's just.
Yeah.
He's great.
What was his prime weight? Ali's prime weight. I'm gonna say what, like 220?
I would say
230.
I'd say 235, 240. Yeah. What do you
okay.
fight? What do you fight? What do you fight George Foreman at? I think that was like his biggest. Because he just wanted.
Ali weighed in at 226, 1 pound under his heaviest to date. This was. They saying that's his.
Yeah, Foreman had to be what, 275?
224. Okay. 210 against Sonny Liston, the first one. His highest was 224 at the end of his career.
210 when he fought Liston?
Yeah, well, you got to remember, like, people weren't as big back then. They didn't lift weights or anything
Sonny
like
Liston
that.
was stupid how big he was.
Sonny Liston, yeah, but in general, people
He was an anomaly, though.
Yeah, people weren't as big back then. Like, even when he fought George Foreman, like...
I mean, George Foreman was literally a refrigerator.
Muhammad Ali, weight...
So weight versus...
George Foreman.
I would say probably less, like 30 pounds less, maybe 40 pounds less than Foreman, I would say.
He came in at... Wow, okay. George Foreman was 220. Ali was 216.
Wait, Foreman was only 220 pounds in that fight?
George Foreman was 220 pounds in that fight. Ali was 216.
Really? I swore George Foreman had to be like 250.
Nah, dude. Here's a poster for the fight. Look at them.
Look how big George Foreman's arm was.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Yeah, but yeah,
was
even then they're both.
Was that the Thriller Manila poster?
Like, yeah, it's the Thriller Manila. It's just so funny when they talk about how huge George Foreman was. They're
the
like
Rumble in the Jungle.
There was a 4-pound weight difference, and they're the same height.
It's gonna be a thriller in Manila, and George Foreman, I'm coming for you.
Right. But it's just funny when they say it, because there's not, like, compared to like heavyweights. Even Deontay Wilder is bigger than that. Let me look up his weight. But I mean, how tall is Deontay Wilder? Like 6'5"?
I honestly didn't realize we were going to keep playing guess how tall the boxer was. But
okay.
I'd say
Deontay Wilder's 213, weighs 6'7".
6'7", 213 is just sticks and bones. Like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
But it's just arms. Just imagine just getting just overhand right by Deontay Wilder would make me forget my kid's birthday. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. But boys, this has been a lovely evening, a full circle evening of stocks and bonds and boxing and fighting and grappling and
just
tossing and turning.
Real man, firearms and teenage pregnancy.
Just
real
put
man stuff.
Put a cherry on top.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, nothing says not taking accountability like teenage pregnancy. Am I right?
Yeah, goddamn right.
So,
right,
boys, hammer the market tomorrow morning. Big day. As soon as that bell rings, I expect you up bright and early, smashing those stonks. Get on your Robinhood app. Oh, I'm just working from home today. Just sure. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna become millionaires. So.
All right, boys.
All right, we'll talk to you next week. And sorry for being late. Sorry, I was late. Speaking of teen pregnancy, I wasn't feeling that great yesterday. I'm still not even feeling that great tonight. I just, you know.
You had to soldier through for the boys.
Listen, we play. This is my Jordan flu game.
Yeah.
All right? This is me fighting through it.
Yeah.
All right?
Speaking of the Jordan flu game, it's kind of irresponsible now that you think about it.
Can you imagine if we had a COVID game?
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Who would be the culprit that would have the COVID game? Would it be like,
who would have it?
It'd be like Kyrie. Because he's just so universally hated by everybody.
Yeah, just decides to leave.
Yeah. Just decides to leave, comes back, and it's just, look, it's Kyrie. And it's just like midway through the fourth quarter, they realized that he was COVID positive, but he dropped 50. He dropped 50 in the game 6 of like the Eastern Conference Finals. And people are just like, Kyrie, like, did you think it was irresponsible?
I can see James Harden doing that.
Kyrie, James, did you think it was irresponsible to play with a game with acted COVID tests?
Yeah. No, I could see James Harden doing that. Playing with like a positive COVID test. I could see that.
He probably is right now.
Like, fuck it. Even I mean, dude, like would show up to warm-ups in a fat suit because he demanded a trade. Like, you know that was a fat suit.
It's one of those. It was the
be.
Nutty Professor fat suit.
Yeah.
I've come to the conclusion.
It had to. It was just enough to make him look a little out of shape.
A little chubby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be a fat suit.
I
There's
guess
no way you get traded the next
yeah.
day you drop 30 pounds. Fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
we'll do some investigative journalism. We'll
Yeah,
we'll get to the
okay.
bottom of this. All right,
right.
boys. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
I love you. Please call me back.